What did baby corn say to mama corn? Where's popcorn? Today, I'm going to recap a 2018 action crime film called The Night Comes for Us. In a scene set amidst the dimming light of sunset on a barren beach, we meet Reina, a young girl drenched in blood, recently roused from a coma. Approaching her seaside village, she bears witness to the horrifying sight of armed men executing her fellow villagers, including her own family. Ito, a member of the Six Seas, eliminates Reina, the sole survivor. Yet, witnessing her terror and solitude in the wake of her family's massacre, compassion floods Ito. Turning his back on the Chien soldiers responsible for the carnage, he rescues Reina and escapes to Jakarta. There, Ito seeks refuge at the home of Shinta, his girlfriend, who assumed him dead after his 3-year absence. To safeguard her, Ito refrains from unveiling the entire truth. After Shinta tends to Ito's wounds, she summons Fatih, a former gang affiliate of Ito. Fatih is perplexed by Ito's audacious defiance against the Triad, questioning the loyalty established over 3 years of service. With news of Ito's betrayal circulating, the urgency to locate him mounts. Ito reveals his intention to escape the country and seeks a safe sanctuary for Reina, necessitating funds and new identities for both. Pleading with Fatih to conceal his location from their former associates, Ito learns their crew is already informed of his actions. Fatih reveals that besides him, only Wisnu and Bobby remain. Fatih probes about Arian, another former gang member, given Ito's connection with the Triad. Ito discloses that Arian now dwells in Macau, operating a nightclub owned by the Triad. Arian, managing the nightclub, was well aware of the abuse suffered by one of the waiters at the hands of male patrons. He didn't hesitate to take lethal action against them, eliminating any potential source of disturbance in his establishment. Amidst the aftermath, he received a call from Chien, a Six Seas member, who briefed him on Ito's rebellion and the slaughter of Triad soldiers to rescue Reina. Chien solicited Arian's help to execute Ito, offering him a place among the Six Seas enforcers as an incentive. Intrigued, Arian consented. During his journey to Jakarta, memories from the past swarmed Arian. He reminisced about the times when he and Ito were inducted into the Triad, pledging their eternal allegiance. Upon arrival in Jakarta, Arian encountered Alma and Elena, the enforcers loyal to Chien and the Triad. He was informed that the beachside slaughter was an act of vengeance, inflicted upon villagers who had stolen illegal goods from the Triad and plotted to sell them. Chien tasked Arian with the elimination of Reina, the sole witness to the Triad's brutality. Her survival posed a significant threat to them. A successful execution of Ito and Reina promised Arian control over Triad's operations in Jakarta. The scene transitions to Fatih's apartment, where Ito and Reina are preparing for their new identities with passport photographs. A revelation from Bobby disturbs the atmosphere. Johan, one of their own, had committed betrayal, confiscating all their finances. Johan, a butcher by profession, was also an affiliate of the Triad, instrumental in broadening their drug nexus within Jakarta. Determined to retrieve the stolen money, Ito confronted Johan at his butcher shop. Anticipating Ito's arrival, Johan endeavored to distract him to seize his firearm. However, Ito, swift and vigilant, turned the tables, pointing his gun at Johan. Under duress, Johan conceded to returning the money, which was secured in the shop's safe. Johan's accomplices, armed and ready, ambushed Ito, plunging the atmosphere into a chaotic combat. Ito, outnumbered yet undeterred, combated Johan's men valiantly, emerging victorious and chasing down Johan. Johan capitulated, handing over the demanded money to Ito and revealing that his henchmen were en route to Fatih's apartment with orders to kill Reina. Shortly after, corrupt police officers on the Triad's payroll arrived. They overpowered and arrested Ito and executed Johan on the spot. At Fatih's residence, Johan's fully armed assailants were spotted. Bobby, forewarned, directed Shinta to leave. He eliminated 2 of Johan's men in the elevator, armed himself with iron plates beneath his shirt, and stormed into the apartment. There, Fatih and his associates were surrounded. A fierce battle ensued, with Bobby, Fatih, and another overcoming the assailants against the odds. Fatih queried about Shinta's whereabouts and urged her to distance herself from the ensuing chaos. The temporary victory was short-lived as a reinforced contingent of Johan's men returned, overwhelming the trio. Arian, stationed in his car, observed the confrontation at Fatih's residence, biding his time to strike. Ito, regaining consciousness, struggled to free himself from his restraints. He combated the corrupt officers, escaping following an intense confrontation within a speeding police car. Aware of the imminent threat to Reina's life, he raced towards Fatih's apartment. Chien, disappointed by Johan's men's failure, commanded Alma, Elena, and the Triad soldiers to execute Fatih and his companions. Elena, leading 3 Triad soldiers, encountered Bobby, who, though resolved, was ill-matched against the skilled assassin. Wisnu, fleeing with Reina, was intercepted by Alma. A proficient killer, Alma effortlessly eliminated Wisnu. Witnessing Wisnu's execution ignited a fury within Fatih. Exhausted yet incensed, he lunged at Alma, though she appeared to dominate the confrontation with ease. Shortly thereafter, Arian stepped in, intervening just as Alma was on the brink of killing Fatih. A vicious fight unfolded between the 2 Triad enforcers, each boasting formidable combat abilities. Arian succeeded in subduing Alma, leaving her unconscious. Fatih, in the aftermath, accused Arian of divulging his location to Johan and the Triad. Arian, cornered, professed he had no alternatives. He implored Fatih to join forces with him, proposing they rebuild from scratch rather than face a futile death. Fatih, infuriated, as Arian's betrayal had indirectly led to the death of his friends, discharged his gun, narrowly missing Arian, and rushed to evacuate Reina. Triad soldiers intercepted him, halting his escape. Fatih directed Reina to conceal herself in a safe spot while he confronted the Triad forces. A renewed gunfight ensued, culminating in Fatih's demise. As Triad soldiers approached to confirm Fatih's death, they were ambushed by a mysterious woman referred to as the Operator. After ascertaining Fatih's death, she retreated. Ito, arriving in the aftermath, was met with the grisly scene of his allies' corpses. Reina, emerging from her concealment upon Ito's arrival, was hastily escorted away by him. Ito reached out to Shinta, urging her to flee Jakarta and avoid returning home for some time. Back at Shinta's place, Reina relayed Fatih's last words, an affirmation of a life unmarred by regrets and a call for enhanced bravery. Meanwhile, a livid Elena confronted Arian at Chien's residence, seeking retribution for his attack on Alma. Chien intervened, beckoning Arian for a private dialogue. He revealed the targeted assault on Fatih, Bobby, Wisnu, and Johan was rooted in their association with Arian and Ito's gang. To ascend to the 6 Cs, Arian must sever ties with his past affiliations. A final opportunity to eliminate Ito stood between him and his induction into the 6 Cs. Arian, while accepting the task, stipulated a condition: assuming control over Johan's Triad operations in Jakarta. Chien consented. The narrative shifts to Shinta's home, where Ito is ambushed by the Operator. A fierce combat ensues. Ito, eventually overpowered, finds himself at the mercy of the Operator, her gun trained on his head. Just as the Operator was on the cusp of pulling the trigger, Reina stepped forth, pleading for Ito's life. The Operator, unswayed, maintained her aim at Ito. She was well-versed in Ito's affiliation with the 6 Cs and questioned his deviation from the Triad's orders to annihilate the entire village. Ito admitted his role as a 6 Cs member was akin to a killing instrument for the Triad, but encountering Reina stirred a moral awakening within him, prompting a daring act of defiance. Persuaded by Ito's revelation, the Operator spared his life and withdrew. The following day, a wave of nostalgia swept over Arian as he reminisced on his past camaraderie with Ito. Memories of Ito reprimanding Bobby for his dealings with the Triad and their subsequent clandestine defection to the Triad to shield their comrades echoed vividly. In the present, Arian extends an invitation to Ito for a rendezvous at their former group's base near the harbor. Meanwhile, the operator, disclosing her objective to exterminate the Six Seas, warns Edo of Arian's orchestrated ambush at the warehouse. Unfazed, Edo resolves to confront the imminent danger, entrusting Reina's safety to the operator. A brutal confrontation awaits Edo at the warehouse, where Triad forces are stationed. Simultaneously, Chien dispatches Elena, Alma, and a squadron of Triad soldiers to eliminate Reina at Shinta's dwelling. The operator, a formidable adversary, annihilates the Triad assailants and ultimately defeats Elena and Alma in an intense face-off. In another part of the city, Arian eliminates Chien Wu's designated sniper targeting Ito. Their paths converge following the decimation of Arian's forces by Ito. A confrontation ensues, where Arian attributes the demise of their friends to Ito and is resolved to usurp his position in the Six Seas. Ito retorts, exposing Chien Wu's manipulative schemes. Undeterred, Arian lunges at Ito. A brutal hand-to-hand combat unfolds between the former allies, now foes. Ito, however, triumphs and abstains from delivering the fatal blow and walks away. In the aftermath, Arian discharges multiple rounds at Ito, all of which miss their target. Shortly after, Chien Wu arrives, expressing his discontent towards Arian for his inability to kill Ito. In a swift turn of events, Arian aims to kill Chien Wu, but discovers he is out of ammunition. Seizing the moment, Chien Wu orders Arian's execution on the spot, tasking 6 assassins, led by Arian's own subordinate, to carry out the sentence. Meanwhile, the operator ensures Reina's safe passage to Ito before making her exit. Ito escorts Reina to a ship set to sail, yet he refrains from joining her on board. Their final farewell is marked by the solemnity of a looming, unuttered reality. Ito then retreats to his car. As he ignites the engine, Ito's gaze is drawn to Chien Wu and a cohort of Triad soldiers stationed ahead. With a savage grin, Ito thrusts the accelerator, propelling the car directly at them, undeterred by the barrage of bullets hailing towards him. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy to hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice, just to be sure. It would be best if you watched the whole movie. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe for more videos like this.